With the recent collapse of FTX and other crypto players, how do you see the landscape of payments being shaped?
So I don't think the crypto, industry really impacted the payments landscape. I think the crypto industry really impacted the DeFi market and other aspects of lending and yields and staking your coins, etc. But FTX really didn't have any noticeable impact on the payments landscape per se. So I don't think so it really impacted it.
Will XRP still be relevant for cross-border payments? You've been skeptical. Has that viewpoint changed?
Will XRP still be relevant for cross-border payments? I'm still skeptical. I don't think the use case is strong enough as others have been led to believe. I see a lot of pundits claiming that XRP is going to go through the roof. The utility of XRP was very well defined in the early years, but going forward, I don't see much of a case. I really do struggle to see why XRP would be relevant going forward. But that's just me. I've been skeptical since the start. And I've been more skeptical because I don't see the reason to transition from a currency pair into XRP and then from XRP back into a regular fiat currency or other stable coin or other coin for that matter. I just don't see it happening. So yeah, I'm still skeptical. We'll see how the jury votes, what the verdict is, but I don't see much of a bright future for XRP, to be honest.
Speaking of stablecoins, what's your take on it? Will Circle dominate, or do you see other players entering the market?
So I think Circle will dominate. Circle has been dominating, and I think stable coins are going to be the real winner in payments. I also see that there'll be these stable coins that will come out. For example, specialized stable coins that are perhaps best used in the shipping industry, or stable coins that are best used in the airlines industry, or stable coins that are used in trade in Africa, or specialized trade amongst the ASEAN circle, etc. So I'm very gung ho on stable coins, and I think they've been the clear winner. If I'm trading, really I want to get paid in stable coins. I want to get paid in dollars, etc. There are very few cases where, as a trading company or as a business, I would be happy in currency coming to me in Bitcoin or Ethereum or anything else. So I think the stable coins are good. I think Circle will dominate. I just think that there will be other players that will come out that will dominate in specific verticals or in very specific geographies. So I think that will happen.
What big shift in payments do you see happening?
Big shift in payments. So I definitely see more and more real-time payments coming in, more payments coming in, that is micro payments. We had I wouldn't say the collapse, but let's say we had the closure of coil.com, and coil closed down, and I think we'll see a lot of movement in real-time payments. If I want to send 30 cents across the world to someone, and in their wallet or in their bank account or in their mobile money account, and I want to see it done in 10 seconds or 5 seconds or less, I think we'll see that, because I think that's going to open a whole new market. Also, I think we will see a lot of B2B businesses being willing to accept stable coins for purposes of settlements and payments.
What are your thoughts on NFT?
Oh boy, this is a tough one. If I talk about it with my daughter, she'll laugh at me, right? So the thing is, I was skeptical back then. I'm even more skeptical now. I don't see why. I don't think we have a use case that is pragmatic enough and horizontal enough for us to use it. I get it. People in this generation or the ones that are coming next are going to value property and art in digital nature. The non-fungible part, yes, it makes sense for them. But I think the whole Bored Ape and big whale and this whale and that dog and the pixelated astronaut or what have you were overblown. I think we'll see a reset. I think we're going to see version 2.0 of NFTs, and then maybe version 3. I think version 3 is where I'd be interested. I'm still skeptical about version 2. So I'm not going to jump in. I'm going to be on the. I'll sit on the bench on this one.
Are newer cross-border markets of interest to you?
Are there cross-border markets that are of interest to me?
Are newer cross-border markets of interest to you?
Newer, okay. Yes, I think there will be some, like I mentioned, there is this entire ecosystem that is shaping up for real-time payments, for micro payments, for micro remittances, or small value transfers, or small value payments, whatever nomenclature you want to apply to it. And I think that's going to be there. It's definitely going to help the market. It's definitely huge. I've anticipated the market size to be somewhere around the $6 or $7 trillion mark. So I think that's there. And I think you'll see a lot of closed markets open up. You see a lot of markets like the GCC, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Kuwait, UAE, etc. You will certainly see a lot of markets in China that are going to be opening up for cross-border using stable versions of the digital yuan and so forth. And if the Chinese yuan is accepted digitally and natively, and I can trade in it, right now I have to buy RMB or whatever it is, it's very difficult to do so. So I think that market is definitely going to open up, the GCC and the small value transfer market.
I'm sure you get asked this often, but will SWIFT be dominant and in the game going forward?
Will SWIFT be dominant? I think SWIFT is very much dominant, and I think SWIFT is very much relevant, and I think SWIFT will very much be there when we go forward. You don't just get to kill a system that is embedded into 25, 30,000 banks just like that. I think it's going to be very relevant. One thing you have to understand, SWIFT, and the reason why SWIFT is successful and others are not, is compliance. Is the native ability for them to tap into this entire market of banking and payments, and from a compliance point of view, from a regulatory point of view, from anti-money laundering. Yes, there have been issues on it, etc. But it is a well-known and a trusted system. Displacing SWIFT would have to be done one by one. It's not going to be like the banks are voluntarily or unilaterally going to give up SWIFT. So yeah, I think it's going to be very much relevant and dominant.
Will we ever see true operability in payments? Interoperability in payments.
Will we see interoperability? I don't think so. Okay, so interoperability is a huge challenge. There are, foundations like the Interledger Foundation that is trying to govern it. There are many things, but what we've seen recently in the recent times of how how should I say, the dominance of the US dollar has been dictated by the US government, and how if the US government doesn't want anyone to work with the US dollar, sanctions are put in place, etc. So I feel that there is going to be multiple interoperable systems. I don't think so there's going to be one standard or one unification or one sort of a dominant interoperable system that will rule them all. I think that is not going to be the case, but I do think that interoperability is still far off. Despite being talked about for the last 10 years, we still haven't achieved it.
Will Binance ever become a dominant payment system?
No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Binance has got anything to do with becoming a dominant payment system. If that were the case, the first indication I would have seen or should have seen was that the BUSD, the Binance USD, the stable dollar from Binance, would have been a major trading instrument. I haven't seen that. Sure, it's been playing in the Binance P2P market, but as itself as a dominant thing, no, I haven't seen that yet. No.
Is there still a play in remittances?
Yes. So remittances, we've gone, before the pandemic, we went down to almost $570 billion. It was at 600 and some, 640. We are now at 710. So I think the play is still is very much there. And I think I think also the definition of the word remittances is also going to change. So it's going to include a whole lot more income that is derived through freelancing or other methods that are also going to be classified under the remittance umbrella. And I feel that the market is huge. I feel that offering ancillary services bundled with remittances for enablement of faster and quicker remittances is going to be the key. So remittances is very much going to be there, but your pure vanilla remittance, not much margins there anymore. So you'll have to build on value-added services on top of it. Very much a game, yeah.
Thank you for answering.